What's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. This is your chaotic Monday edition, and I got a lot of chaos for y'all today. Yes, and I'm back. Believe it or not, I'm back. After my birthday and Father's Day weekend, had a blast. Thank y'all for shouting me out and everything. Much love to y'all. So we got to get right to it. Can't waste no time. So you remember I did the Paradox series, talk about Stephanie White. Then I did the second one, talk about the Fever organization, no, the coaching staff, and then the Fever organization. Well, we always wonder about the culture of Vanderbilt. Why was Stephanie White fired? We heard rumors. We didn't hear from players. We just heard rumors, articles in the newspaper. But some of y'all still out here um, um, are Stephanie White apologists and not calling out for the toxic environment that's going on with the Indiana Fever today. You see, the thing in Vanderbilt and what's going on in Indiana Fever, they both mirror each other. Same situation. Same situation. And then you think about it. Why? Why was she brought back to the Fever? If she had, excuse me, if she had a really detrimental record in college. Now, yeah, you could look at her pro career and say, oh, she had this success, but she never sealed the deal. Never won a championship, just as assistant. Never did it as a head coach. Been to the semifinals 3 times. Had great players, but could never get the job done. That doesn't sound to me as a good coach, right? Then we look at what's going on with the Indiana Fever. But what I'm about to show y'all, what I'm about to get y'all to listen to, is a clip. Shout out to Pope B. Frank, if y'all know who that is. Um, he did an interview with one of the players, got some information, and it's very telling, very very telling. And people gloss over this because they want to look at Stephanie White as one way. But if y'all are Caitlin Clark fans, wouldn't you support her? Wouldn't you want to recognize what's going on with her and her team? Excuse me, and her teammates to highlight this? I would think so. I would think so. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play this clip. Listen to it very closely. I'm not going to interrupt it, but I'm going to have my rebuttal afterwards. I want y'all to listen really, really close.
Oh, over the past few weeks, shit, maybe even years, Fever fans, we have been asking the same question. What exactly is going on behind the scenes in the locker room with the Indiana Fever? What's happening? Then I interviewed a former Vanderbilt player who had a lot to say about what was going on inside of their locker room while Stephanie White was there. And let's just say it sounds eerily familiar. I'll let you hear it for yourself. Okay, here we go. Let's play this clip. No further ado.
Yeah, basically up down. So down and back, down and back, down and back, down and back. We'd probably run about 40 of those and then have to go play a game. Our star players would be hurt all the time. They weren't taken care of the way they needed to be taken care of. Film was pointless. Most of the time, her film was incorrect. Like, it would be like, oh, she's not a shooter, we're not going to guard her, and then she'd make 10 threes against us, and she'd have an all-time scoring game. What else? We didn't really go over what we did wrong ever, honestly. We just kind of watched. We didn't really break anything down the way we should have, I don't think. Practices were entirely too long. Like, we're in there for over the time, like 4 hours, 4.5 hours of practice. Didn't matter. And she'd run us to death. So then our legs are tired for the game. Nobody can, just not good at managing a team. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. But my last straw was, golly, the straw that broke the camel's back, I suppose, is I got in trouble, I think, one time because I was in my therapy session and it went over a little bit. So I was a little bit late for practice, and my therapist called and told her, like, hey, she's gonna be late. We went a little bit over today, but she needed it, mentally. And I still got punished. I had 2 weeks of punishment. So I had to wake up every morning at 4 a.m., get to the gym and work out and do do all this crazy, insane cardio and ridiculous workouts for being late to practice because I was in my therapy session. So that was the last straw. My friend actually ended up going to the psych ward while we were at Vanderbilt. Yeah, it was just a really toxic environment, very toxic environment. Teammates were put against each other. She would tell certain teammates things and then another person this. It was just strange, just all weird, very strange, very toxic. Yeah.
Now, you heard that. Does any of that sound familiar? Disarray in the locker room. She tells one player something. She big up Kelsey Mitchell, praise Kelsey Mitchell, hoop and holler for Kelsey Mitchell. Then she slights Caitlin Clark. But she'll say Caitlin Clark is a generational player, but they'll make it known Kelsey Mitchell is our priority. We want to build around Kelsey Mitchell. She's been here longer. We want to make sure she gets everything she deserves. Caitlin Clark, we don't care about her too much. Yeah, she brings in the money, but she just been here. She never been here before. You know what I'm saying? So you think about that. So what that goes to tell you is that Stephanie White does not care shit about Caitlin Clark. Point blank, period. She might care or what Caitlin Clark brings as popularity. You've seen it. You've seen it 2 games ago. Caitlin Clark rolled out her long-awaited signature shoe. What Stephanie White does, come out there with her Buster Brown classics, her Ronald McDonald specials, put 22 on hers. Caitlin Clark could not have the moment to herself. This coach had to upstage her. She views Caitlin Clark as she views herself as Caitlin Clark, or she views Caitlin Clark as her. She thinks she's more superior than Caitlin Clark was as a player. That's how she views herself. Yeah, she won a national championship at Purdue. But when it comes to accolades and breaking records, she's never did that. So in her mind, she thinks that, oh, I did this. Caitlin Clark never done this. She never won on this level. That's the undermine stuff. But see that clip what Pope just put out? Shout out to him again. It's very telling. It's very telling and telling y'all that what's going on with the Fever now, it's the same thing that went on with Vanderbilt. It took a player. If you have, 5, 6 players transfer from your program, you had a under 500 winning percentage, you never beat none of the teams in your conference in the SEC. You come to the WNBA, you haven't went to the finals, you had great teams. DeWanda Bonner and Alyssa Thomas told us last year that Stephanie White does not change her offense. You heard the young lady on the clip just said that. They don't practice. She changes up the game plan. She views players and then they get blown out. She pin players against each other. You see it with Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark in real time. You see it how she treats Sophie. You see it how she treats Lexi. Go back to last year, how she did Chloe Bibby. When Chloe Bibby got on that heater, we ain't seen Chloe Bibby since. But all of a sudden, Chloe Bibby got hurt. She got injured. Caitlin Clark came into the season injured. Played 13 games. Mismanagement. Same thing this year. Try to mismanage her back issue. Then Caitlin Clark normally misses a game, but it wasn't even in practice because she got disciplined. Same thing happened to Sophie Cunningham. I tell you, if y'all have not watched the Paradox series that I dropped, the 3-part series, you really need to go check it out. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is the nonsense that we deal with. And we got so many people that's running around on X that does podcasts, sit up here and make apologies for Stephanie White. Instead of calling out, because y'all supposed to be Caitlin Clark fans, but y'all not even calling out the nonsense that's going along with it. You know what I'm saying? It just gets to the point. You know what I'm saying? And the people that, and we got a lot in our community, but the ones that, and what the people that I'm talking about is the ones that post a lot on X. That's who I'm talking about. I see it every day. Does this look like happiness in that locker room? Look at it. Look at that face. Look. They look like they disgusted. Why she's taking that shot? You remember when Sophie had those 2-game heaters? When she went, what, 11 did went on 11-0 run by herself for 2 minutes, and then Caitlin Clark had a game winner, and then Sophie had 24 points. And guess what? The last game she would have had 12 the second meeting against Atlanta, and then she didn't really do nothing the next game. They tried to minimize players. When you have weapons, you're supposed to utilize your weapons, no matter who get the shine. But they so focused on wanting Kelsey Mitchell to get the shine. Kelsey Mitchell could eat anytime she wants to. But the way they have pinned this team, you got Michaela Tipson, look lost sometimes, try to do her best. You got Raven Johnson, don't know her role because she don't know if she's going to play 10 minutes or 3 minutes. Hines Allen might play a quarter, might not play a quarter. Ty Harris might play, don't play. Dantas might play, don't play. Van Sluten, Bree Hall, and Justine Passat, they all supermodels on the sideline because all they do is dress up and look good on the sideline. They ain't gonna get no chance to play in the games. Did this look like a person that's happy? Do this look like a person that's happy? Look at Lexi. That's a person that's frustrated, man. You can sit here and say, well, she said this about Stephanie White in the media. I don't care. I know how PR works. I know how it works. I know when it's like you got arrested and for something that you didn't do, and the cop asks you, and you telling the truth, he trying to make you seem like you committed a crime, but you telling him that you didn't commit a crime. You know what I'm saying? Or your boss asks you, did you complete this assignment? And you didn't complete it, but you say yeah, just to get your boss off your back. That's what Caitlin Clark does in the media. She just tell y'all stuff just to keep y'all moving along. But she knows what's going on in there. She said it many times. We don't know what's going on in there, but her frustration shows it. Sophie even leaked it after the team meeting. But guess what? Kelsey Mitchell came back and said, oh, how y'all know about this? Leah Boston, she ain't gonna say too much. She gonna just smile, giggle, go on by her business. She's treated bad. She signed a bigger contract, and she can't even stay on the floor because they can't get a solid big to back her up if she gets in foul trouble.
Phenomenal job all season long getting to the paint.
Look at that.
Steph.
Phenomenal job all season
Look at
long
that face.
getting to the paint.
Look how she look. Look how she look. And then she's pointing over there. It's like
Season long getting to the paint.
Steph.
shout out to Evelyn DR. Stephanie White in public. We all on the same page. Caitlin is an incredible player and we're building something special. Stephanie White in private. She's a problem, not a leader. Treat her like a threat to her ego. I came here to win, not to be threatened. Too much attention. Makes me look bad. Don't need her taking more shots. She thinks she's a franchise. Playing. Limit minutes, run off ball sets. feed others, keep her in check, basically. But y'all will say that's not happening. Y'all will say this is not happening. Y'all will say, oh, but it shows other things. They just got beat to death 2 games in a row by the Atlanta Dream. And you think tonight ain't gonna be no indication of a repeat? DeWanda Bonner and AT already told y'all last year she doesn't change anything. They know her whole offense. They know what she likes to run. So guess what? They're gonna be prepared. They already know that the Fever weaken interior. All we gotta do is get Leah Boston in foul trouble. Boom, it's over at. Yeah, we'll let Caitlin go off. We'll let Caitlin do what she need to do. Because we already know that Kelsey Mitchell, she gonna get desperate to get some shots up. So she gonna do anything. She gonna dribble around the world, come back, and then she gonna get a couple points, and then she gonna cool off and start jacking up all kind of crazy stuff. The Fever don't have nobody outside Sophie Cunningham off the bench that could get their points. Lexi's just out there running cardio because she's supposed to be a defensive person, but they put her in bad situations. Let me explain something to y'all people. Y'all need to wake up. This Indiana Fever is a bad team under Stephanie White. Point blank, period. There's no excuses to be made. We can look at the numbers. We can look at statistics. We can look at analytics. We can do all that stuff. But one thing that you can't tell me that Stephanie White is a good coach, because she is not. She's not. She's a middle of the road coach. I could take every coach in the W right now, from the Connecticut Sun coach all the way up to Cheryl Reeves. Put them at the Indiana Fever, and I guarantee you the Indiana Fever will win. The games that they lost, they'll win half of them games, or the majority of them games, and be on the top of the standings. Even the Connecticut Sun comes out, almost beat us. We split against the Washington Mystics. We 1-2 against Atlanta. We 1-1 against the Valkyries. We 1-1 against Portland. We 0-1 against Toronto. We 1-0 against Toronto. We 1-0 against Seattle. We 1-0 against the Sparks. But guess what? The Sparks looking good. Toronto still plays good. There ain't no easy wins for the Fever. There's more losses for the Fever than there are wins for the Fever. So I'm gonna let y'all decide. Y'all could call it out or cover your face. But I'm not. I'm done. I'm taking that veil off. I'm calling it for what it is. Because at the end of the day, Stephanie White is a joke of a coach that should never have been given a coaching position, because she has not won consistently on the elite level. I could see if it was Cheryl Reeves or Becky Hammond or Nate Tibbetts or somebody. Yeah. This lady left and come back and still can't win. She was handed the keys to the franchise with the star player, your big three that you supposedly say that you wanted to build around, but you didn't do it. And look at you now. In the words of Phil Collins, look at you now. Playtime's over, people. Playtime's over. There's no passes here. There's no free rides here. Not on Livewire Sports Media. There's not no more. The team win, I'll break down the game of how they win the game. As giving credit, nah, I ain't doing that. You got to show me more to get credit. And this is not participation. This is not extra credit. This is not stay out of school. This ain't the Magic School Bus. This ain't the Sesame Street. This ain't the electric company. Whatever you want to call it. We're not giving extra credit around here. We want consistency with the team, with the players, with Caitlin Clark. We want consistency. And if your coach, how can you get consistency out of your players when you can't get damn consistency out of your coach and your coaching staff? Make it make sense. This is Livewire Sports Media. on your Chaotic Monday edition. If it ain't live, see you tonight at 7:30 for the live. Me and B Chef in the house. It's The Wire.